In this problem, we are identifying parallelograms, rectangles, and squares. It is asking us to answer the questions about the figures below. In our first question, it is asking which figures are rectangles. Mark all that apply. So let's look at our definition of a rectangle. A rectangle has 4 right angles. So 4 right angles, so each angle is 90 degrees. So let's look at our shapes. Figure A does not have 4 right angles. Figure B also does not have 4 right angles, but figure C does have 4 right angles. So figure C is a rectangle. So we'll mark figure C for question 1. Now let's look at question 2. It is asking which figures are parallelograms. Mark all that apply. So let's look at our definition of a parallelogram. A parallelogram has opposite sides that are parallel and equal in length. So opposite sides are parallel to each other and have the same length. So squares and rectangles are also parallelograms. So let's look at our figures. Figure A is not a parallelogram because this side is 5 feet and the opposite side is 4 feet, so they're not parallel or the same length. Figure B is a parallelogram because we have 5 feet and 5 feet on opposite sides and they're parallel, and 3 feet and 3 feet on opposite sides and they're parallel. So figure B is a parallelogram, and we know figure C is a parallelogram because it is a rectangle. So we have 5 feet and 5 feet on opposite sides and they are parallel, and 3 feet and 3 feet on opposite sides and they're also parallel. So for question 2, figure B is a parallelogram and figure C is a parallelogram. Now let's look at question 3. Which figures are squares? Mark all that apply. So let's look at our definition of a square. A square has 4 right angles and 4 equal side lengths. So it has 4 right angles, like a rectangle, but a square, all the sides are the same length. So if we look at our figures, the figure A, all the sides are not the same and there's no right angles, so that is not a square. Figure B, all the sides are not the same and there's no right angles, so figure B is not a square. Figure C is not a square because all the sides are not the same length, even though there are right angles, so figure C is not a square. So for question 3, none of the figures are squares.